So fundamentally, women are the earth and the water signs. Men are the air and the fire signs, fundamentally. And I believe that this is how, tell me how you feel about this. This is my philosophy on feminine and masculine energy and man and woman. Men and women, before God gives us our chart, okay, I believe that men rudimentarily are all the masculine. Women rudimentarily are all of the feminine. And I see this reflected in real life. First of all, money. Money is feminine. Money is the Taurus-Scorpio axis. But what is Scorpio? Marriage and divorce. How deeply are those things interconnected? And think about the obligation of a man to give a woman money. I'm not perpetuating the gender war here. I do think at its root, it's masculine's obligation to take care of feminine tangibly, and it's feminine's obligation to take care of masculine emotionally. I've seen this in my own life. My quadruple Scorpio female friend was getting me through my divorce while I was paying her rent. We didn't set it up that way. It wasn't transactional. But as I look back on that situation, I was helping a woman out as a gay man. I'm supposed to do that. I believe we are within reason. Women are supposed to take care of men emotionally within reason. And women are the money of the world. Women shop more, women spend more money. Everything is geared toward women because women shop. But women are also money hungry, period. If you're not a money hungry woman, cut this shit off. But macro, women are always these days. Now, before it was necessity. But even that, women were in a position where they had to get money from a man. That was their only way back in the day. Now, women are talking about the high value man, women and money, their association with money. And then think about this. It's way easier for a man to get out there and do stuff, okay? Women hit me up for a legacy reading, and I see that they want to start a business. And then we'll start talking. She has all these beautiful ideas. Some women have even showed me some stuff they've created. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Virgo, perfection, but they're scared. Women are way more scared to get out there. Some of these men, I'll be like, okay, this looks janky. It don't even look right, but baby, you online. Okay, that's how women can learn from men. That's how men can learn from women, but we already know that. We don't talk about how women can learn from men. But you see how women are the perfection, the Virgo. Women have a certain attention to detail. The Scorpio, women have a lot of power. Women get insidious and vengeful when they go bad, and they try to attract everything. They work under. Okay, negatively, men do the Sagittarius thing. They run from every goddamn thing. But men, it's way easier for men to perform than it is for women. And all this has got me to realize over the course of history, you know, we talk about how men are always out in front. Men are the preachers, men are the pastors, men are the presidents. But women do that because low-key femininity is afraid of that. But I see how feminine has put masculine out in front. All of the fallen pastors, the fallen preachers, women can, that's not just men. Patriarchy is not just a consequence of men. It's a consequence of women wanting to be the Scorpio Virgo, wanting to be, think about church and religion. Women drive religion. It's your mamas and your aunties that enforce that standard of purity, which is the reason that a male preacher is always falling. Female preachers don't fall. But you see how there are way less female preachers? That's not the Sag, the preacher, okay? That's not a testament to men wanting to run things. It's a testament to a man's weakness and his inability to resist the feminine, the power of the feminine. And then think about it. Women say that a man should lead, but she doesn't always want that. Women want men to do the Aries, Leo, Sag thing. They want to do the Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus, Pisces thing. But I see how as soon as a man does lead, now women are like, wait a minute, not too much on you, girl. Because now we want to lead too. And then once they do lead and start working and lead, then they want a man to lead again. You see what I'm saying? Think about a toxic masculine, running from everything, Sagittarius, fleeing, running. Men, they think they know everything, take all these risks and fuck everything up, Sag. Think about the Scorpio. Women do the same thing insidiously through overpowering things, trying to overpower. You got all that power, but now you didn't overpower something into destruction. You know, women have to be perfect. Women are perfect. I hang around high vibrational women who understand femininity and masculinity realistically. And I had a female friend tell me, she's like, I had to realize that as a woman, I wasn't perfect. She said, I've been trained by 2 generations of women and society to think that I'm perfect past my demons. And that almost ruined her. And she started to root herself in reality. That's Pisces, Virgo. I think about men and the mind games and the word games they play to get what they want. Toxic Gemini. Masculinity and men are way more outward. Okay? Think about a car. I always use a car. The shiny new paint job, the metal, the rims, that's the man. The engine and the transmission, that's the woman. Why do you think Virgo squares Sagittarius? That's the gender war. Virgo squaring, that's square, that's baby. That's a lifetime square. It's gonna take generations to get that right. But tell me if this resonates, if you agree with this. You can use astrology as a map for masculine and feminine, the root of it. That's why women who have more masculine, sometimes they don't feel feminine enough. Sometimes they can be abused by toxic feminine standards, which we don't talk about. But my Sag, Saturn, Aries, Venus, Leo placement women in my life, I need to be more feminine. I need to be more feminine. No, because a lot of those feminine women that you think are feminine are insidiously coquettish. Coquettish and feminine, there's a thin line that sits in between them. But we already know even men with more feminine signs, they have issues in this world handling all that emotion. And it's difficult for them. Women with more masculine signs can be a bit more explosive. Men with more feminine signs, on top of that root masculine energy, can be a bit more implosive. Think about negative femininity. Even what women do to themselves and to each other. Women are hampered down and restricted by toxic perfection standards. Virgo, they can be paranoid. Scorpio, women with low vibrational femininity, always trying to work the undercurrent, always trying to work the spirit, all this divine feminine talk, but it neglects the demons of femininity. Pisces, toxic purity. Virgo, another form of toxic purity. But I think it's important for women and men to understand themselves and to understand each other. And I'm trying to help with this gender war, being a gay unicorn. I'm so glad I'm gay. I'm glad I'm not straight. I'm glad I'm not a man that has to deal with women. I'm glad I'm not a woman that's doing it. I'm just glad because it's too much. It's a lot. But I think that, learning the energies and learning the root of it and, men and women learning to give each other grace and compassion, you can do that through astrology and better understand each other. Through astrology, baby. Bastrology. Go ahead to my Patreon and get the scoop. Bastrology is forever, okay? It wasn't just in the context of that little Pluto fight we were having. Bastrology is forever, so go and get you some. Love you, bye.